the Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.
Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day.
How you doing?
I'm great. I'm
Yeah.
great. I can't believe we already made it.
I know. It's
Yeah.
here. It's
I
Earth Day.
raged so hard this weekend
You
in
did?
preparation for Earth Day.
Well, we said that you had to,
Right.
on 420, hug the Earth.
Hug the Earth.
And then snap out of it.
Yeah.
And then on today, it's time to celebrate.
Right. We actually do the Earth Day celebration. Now,
right.
I preemptively Earth Day celebrated with obviously the Earth hugging.
Yes.
And then I feel like kind of like Christmas, it needs a season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Once you start saying it's Earth Day time, like you gotta bring the Earth.
Oh yeah, I brought
days.
actually a bucket of Earth
Well,
to be here.
Look at that.
Right? And I got us fireworks,
Really?
and here they are. Aren't those beautiful?
Well, I'm worried a little bit about fire. It's a small room, but I mean, what's gorgeous.
That's why I got the mini fireworks.
Right.
I got the mini ones.
So we just have a bunch of mini fires.
yes, mini, very, very
Things
small
that we
fires.
can put out with our feet.
And these fireworks are biodegradable. I bought biodegradable fireworks off the internet. So you know that they are what they say they are. If it's on the internet, it's true.
Oh, they've never lied yet. Yeah. And I'm sure they're also low emission fireworks as well,
Yeah.
right? Like when they explode,
Yeah.
they actually suck in pollution.
Yes.
As opposed
they
to
eat pollution.
yeah.
They're pollution eating fireworks.
pollution destroying.
Mini fireworks.
Yeah, that's good.
They're made out of avocado pits,
Avocados are really the winner right now.
avocado pits, and C4. But like in movies, where they have the C4 and it's like an entire like clay blob. that
Yeah,
they slap against.
yes.
This is just a small,
Tiny
like a tiny
clay blob.
little candy blob. It's mini C4 and avocado pits, and that's how you get your mini biodegradable. Would you say pollution eating?
Pollution, yes, sucking
Fireworks.
fireworks. That's great.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're welcome. Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth
I
Day.
spare no expense.
Yeah, that was. I mean, those had to be expensive. I mean, just the avocado spoons
Yeah.
and forks cost $1 more.
Exactly.
So I got to believe that compared to the good old fashioned TNT fireworks,
It was C4.
64.
I feel like they should not. I feel like they shouldn't be allowed to sell C4 to me on the internet, but
No,
whatever.
But they do.
They do.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you put the wires into the little clay thing yourself?
No, it
When
came
pre-packaged.
I opened it up and it said, "Handle with care." These are
Do not flip switch.
do not
Warning.
explosives. Oh man! Yeah.
Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day. That's how you kick it off at the Biofriendly Podcast.
That's it.
Well, you
That's
brought
what
up
we
you brought up the avocado forks. We have
Yeah,
those.
we do.
We bought some forks made out of avocado pits.
Yeah,
I think, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
we're
what I
good.
mean. That's what I mean. The avocados is like the avocado market must be booming.
They are.
with the environmentalism.
It's the new cranberry, because cranberry
Yeah.
got for a while there in the 90s into the early 2000s. Cranberry got into everything.
Yeah.
Avocados. Well, that's actually kind of true because like the kiddos now, like the avocado toast, that's a thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody's crazy about avocados. I love them. Do you like avocados?
No, yeah. Well, hey, I mean, how could you not love avocado? I actually am not the big. I was trying
You're
to
like-
lie and like
Don't.
and be
You be
that
yourself.
person who was like, oh yeah, avocado is my favorite. I'm just so into
Yeah,
it. It's so great. I actually don't
You don't like them.
like them as much as other.
That's
foods.
fine.
But
There
look,
are people listening right now that you're giving them a voice. Do you realize that? You are
people who agree.
speaking
Wow,
on
really?
behalf of people. Do you know how many people have been shamed to say they like avocado?
I mean, I shamed someone last week.
Did you?
Well, you got to seem like you're part of the popular
Right.
crowd.
Well,
right?
not
You can't
anymore.
just- but
no.
now,
Today is Earth Day, and avocado is just
avocado,
all right day.
yeah. Avocado's not my preference, but it's fine.
Not, like, I don't know. I mean, every place has now. It always says add avocado, $1.50 extra
Yeah.
or whatever.
It's practically become like bacon. It's
Yeah.
it's like the green man's bacon.
It is. The Green Man's Bacon. They're playing this weekend.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, that's so funny. So you be yourself. You don't
right,
feel
I
like you got to
will.
be cool because there's a listener right now that's like, yeah. It's.
I also don't prefer avocado.
also do not think they're that. I'll eat them, but I also
I also don't have a passionate feeling towards avocados.
exactly.
So
it's,
Noel we can march together.
yeah. So, and I'm going to contact
I
Earth
didn't-
Day and make sure that next year they add avocados to the things to, they're not endangered though. I don't think avocados
Well,
are
maybe we can help with that.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll get enough guacamole to endanger a few
Right?
avocados.
If we eat them out of existence, maybe
Yeah.
we can create a problem so
Yeah.
people can be more aware.
Hey, that's a good idea. End avocados
Forever.
Well, it'll get the attention of that entire group of people that love avocados.
Yeah.
They'll be really rallied up.
They'll
and
be so ready to fight for the
be
green
like,
cause.
the green, absolutely.
See what we're doing? See, we're helping.
We're helping.
'Cause we're like those terrorists in movies who think that they're like when they blow up
With
the
C4?
thing. Yeah, when they use their C4 avocado explosives.
the full C4.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
actual large size that they're doing it for the good of something or whatever,
Right,
right? See,
right.
we're destroying avocados for the good of the green movement
Yes,
to get those people to understand that it's important.
we're givers.
Important. Sorry,
fine.
Yeah. Hey,
Yes.
we didn't do what if people have never met us before? We didn't introduce
it's too
ourselves.
late. It's too late.
too late.
If they've listened this long and they don't know who we are,
They're never going to know.
then now our identities are meaningless.
Should we make a policy that we never introduce ourselves for the rest of the podcast?
And the rest of going on forward.
mean,
for
should
now?
we?
I mean, if you're in this far, I think you. Well, no,
No, because some people might start at I don't know who would, because obviously our listenership is already in the trillions.
Yes, and you would go back to one. You would be
Right.
insistent, like I'm going to start
everybody
first.
Yeah, no one would start at 726.
Right.
Maybe-
So, but I think we go with okay. I'm Jacob Givens,
And I'm Noel Carroll.
and we're your co-hosts on the Biofriendly Podcast. So it's Earth Day 2019. This is the 49th year.
Can't believe it.
We've come so far, and the theme for this Earth Day is protect our species.
Yes, and as promised, Jacob, are we gonna let people have that experience of protecting the species through our show today?
Yes, we are. Absolutely. That's why I brought in this leopard. No, we're gonna help.
biting my toes.
Yeah, right.
It's biting my toes.
Get out of here. Get out of here, kitty.
Yeah. The sheepish leopard.
Yeah, you sheepish leopard, you snow leopard.
That doesn't.
You sheepish leopard.
That
The
doesn't quite
sheepish
work.
leopards.
Yeah.
So it's protect our species. They do a theme every year, and their goal is to educate and raise awareness about accelerating rate of extinction of millions of species. And there's just a lot. So we kind of have our pick.
Okay.
Because right here on the site, which we recommend everybody go to earthday.org, especially today.
I mean, if you don't go the rest of the year,
Yeah.
then that's
Go-
fine.
yeah,
but this
but
is
go
that
today.
one day.
Go today.
Hop on over there.
Because there is
They're nice folks on that website.
plethora of information.
Yeah.
And they've broken it up into the species that they've kind of chosen to focus on.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell them to you now, and then we're gonna pick like maybe 2, 3 that we're gonna kind of focus on.
All right.
Okay. The other ones,
We
sorry.
don't, they can just go die.
Right.
They can be extinct.
You can just look. If you
No,
didn't make it on
we
the
can-
show,
yeah.
then you didn't make it. No,
Look.
it's a popularity contest.
We should have one of those
Rank
reality
your
shows.
species. You don't want to go extinct.
Which species is going to get eliminated
Right.
in this round of the Biofriendly Podcast?
Right. So there's a list of ones they kind of wanted to focus on. So I'm going to read them to you now, and then I
Okay.
think you just tell me which one you feel instinctively you want to focus on first. Okay.
By the way, just to clarify for those who are sensitive,
we don't really want
we're
to.
not actually going to end a species by not mentioning them today. That's not. We would, while we have that power,
Disclaimer: we will
we
not.
we could absolutely do that.
I have this button right
Right.
here, and it could end a species, but I will not use it.
No.
because this is a funny podcast.
This is supposed to be for good.
for good,
Yeah, or
not
awesome.
for evil. Right, good or awesome.
Yeah, as Strong Bad once said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good reference.
Thank you,
I like
sir.
that.
Use your powers for good or for awesome.
I hope there's somebody out there who knows Strong Bad because
they
that was a
better.
classic
Man,
Homestar
what
Runner.
a character.
So good.
Yeah,
So we have bees,
bees.
giraffes, coral reefs.
I have a lot of passion for that.
I know. Me too. Whales,
Yeah.
elephants, insects,
Ooh.
trees, plants,
Right.
birds,
Okay.
fish,
Yeah.
sharks,
Right.
crustaceans,
Crustaceans.
sea turtles,
Sea turtles.
great apes.
The grade A apes.
Grade A apes. So that's a lot. Like as we're
Right.
going down that list.
I'm gonna throw you a curveball. A
Okay.
solid 100% curveball.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick insects
Really?
Why would I pick insects?
Why?
Because the first thing I thought when you said insects is, I don't care a lick if all of the insects are gone forever because they're so annoying. And that's the wrong attitude. That's the thing I'm trying to be better about.
You're trying to learn. You want to grow from this podcast.
Right. I want for our audience to know why we should give a rat's patoot about insects. So I'm picking insects for my pick.
I think that's important. That's a good, you know what? It's a good call because I think that I too am also like bugs, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I was already drawn towards like great apes or something because I love me some monkeys.
Seriously.
And I want to save them all and I want to have them all live with me.
Yeah.
But insects.
You guys would make such a cute family. You and all the grade A apes.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. All right, so let's get to insects. Okay. What you need to know about insects and how you can help to protect them. So insects, just so you know, insects make up approximately 80% of the world's known species.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Wow.
Yep.
So well, you think about all the things in the sea and all the things in the air.
All the crawling
and
things, all the things flying in the air that have feathers.
Right.
Outside of that, 80% of the species are insects.
And underground and wow.
A lot of them. Yeah. So more than 900,000 insect species have been recorded worldwide. Wow. And scientists estimate that there are 2 million insect species yet to be named.
So we haven't even found them all.
Right.
So there's more of these critters.
There's more. There's so many.
And yet some are endangered.
Yeah. So for every human, 200 million insects exist.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So this is kind of their planet.
I mean,
it's kind of their planet.
If we were to go to war,
insects would
each
win.
individual would be responsible for the destruction of 200,000?
Yes. 200 million.
Million. Well, I underplayed that.
Yeah.
200 million insects.
Yeah.
Wow.
So to them, we're the problem.
They're like, look, man.
Hey.
We totally outnumber you.
There's a lot more of us here for way longer.
Like a long time.
Yep. So tragically, over the past 4 decades, scientists have observed a 45% decline in the overall insect population. So that's almost half.
Whoa. 45% of the insect population has declined?
Over the past 4 decades. Okay?
No way.
So, and so insects have been
Is that just from tenting my house?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's a big house. But this is the point. This is the point of it. So why we need to protect insects.
Yeah.
So this is what they're listing right here. Yeah. This is going to turn us around.
Okay.
This is going to be every time we go out into the woods, go camping, and there's bugs and insects flying and buzzing, crawling all over our stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, now I know why I need these guys.
Why I should stop stepping on them.
Stop
constantly.
crushing them.
Right.
Okay. We need to protect insects. Insects pollinate most of our plants and flowers. Without them, we would not have a stable source of food.
That's a great point.
Insects themselves are a source of food for thousands of other species and humans, and without them, our global ecosystem would collapse.
The food chain set up.
Right.
So like you kill the insect, and then he can't feed the bird that can't feed
the larger animal.
The cat that can't feed the dog that can't feed
and the leopard
the horse, and
out
then
there in the hallway.
and then I can't eat a horse.
Right. And then the leopard out in the hallway would go hungry and would have to eat only on your legs.
And that's why I'm missing my toes right now.
Exactly.
So really, it's not the leopard's fault that my toes were attacked earlier this episode.
He's hungry.
It's my fault for stepping on the insect that would have been eaten up the chain
it all
and eventually
leads
been in the
back to you,
leopard.
No.
So this is again the thing. It is my problem.
It is your problem. Hashtag change the hashtag to it is Noel's problem.
It is Noel's problem
because Noel is very much affecting the food chain by squashing
all this insect death,
all this
murder. Really, let's call a spade a spade.
Let's call it what it is.
This was insect murder. Mm-hmm. That's what I was doing.
Mm-hmm. No more insect murder.
I can't do that anymore. I gotta start being responsible.
Yeah. Go rent A Bug's Life already, okay?
Yeah. I didn't want to because I just don't give a crap about bugs. So I didn't watch that one.
You didn't? You haven't seen A Bug's Life?
No, I saw ants.
Oh, well,
that was underwhelmed.
That's like the poor man's Bug's Life.
See here, there you go.
Yeah, ants is okay, but Bug's Life is it
the
totally
real thing.
It holds up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I will watch A Bug's Life to help get more understanding for bugs. I'm sorry, I interrupted. So food chain is the next problem.
Yeah,
right.
Insects aerate our soil and aid in the process of recycling nutrients for use by other animals, including humans.
And plants.
Yep.
So they even help the plant life.
Yep.
Wow.
Many insect species play a role in keeping harmful insects from destroying and degrading crops. Wow. So it says right here, in the United States alone, home turf.
Yeah, right here.
Insects contribute at least $57 billion to the global economy, bro.
What?
Yep.
So they're like making,
Yep.
making products and,
Yeah,
and
because
and
we
helping the economy.
rely upon them. They are helping the economy. Worldwide, these same services total approximately $1.75 trillion, all because of insects.
What, like, now is this like poop removal
No,
services?
they just mean
they do
that,
that.
like, because they keep the food, the crops, the animal, everything. It keeps everything
the
moving.
stuff they naturally do.
Yes.
We would have to spend that much money to replicate.
Yes.
Wow.
So you need them.
So if you're an economist,
Are you sold?
then you've got to start turning around and
Yeah.
thinking about a little bit about Earth Day here.
You got to save the bugs.
And what you got to do for these poor insects
Yeah,
that
'cause
are 45% less.
'Cause the-
that's like Avengers, dude.
I know.
Somebody snapped their finger.
There was a
Half
Thanos
of them are gone.
insect, and he was like,
I'm so sorry if that's a spoiler for the people who haven't
"Hey,
watched
if
Avengers
they haven't
1.
seen Avengers 1 by now, then that's on them."
That's on them.
You look. There's a character named Thanos. He snaps his finger, and half of the
Half
world
of the universe dies.
And
Yeah.
so that's essentially in the past 4 decades.
That's what we did to insects.
we had a slow-moving Thanos snap. And so 45%, and that's awful. That's awful. And so it has to do with climate change, habitat loss, pesticide use, and invasive species. So it's-
habitat loss. So like the getting rid of the forests.
Yep.
And the jungles.
Yep.
And taking
Deforestation.
and probably putting homes in different areas that were originally, just natural land.
That's it.
Okay. Wow.
That's the reason. And climate change,
Climate
obviously,
change,
they're
sure.
shifting where they can stay, where they can thrive.
Right.
If it gets to, if it's a place where it's normally drier, now it's wetter, and vice
Right.
versa.
And they don't necessarily have the ability to move quick enough to get to where they can still survive.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's a big problem. So I don't know about you. You were a little bit more like, I don't care about the insects. Does that make you care?
No.
a little bit
Now
more?
I
Now you care.
actually I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
in on this. That's really. That's sad. Well, because you don't really look at things that way. Like
Right.
I look at it like this bug won't stop flying into my eyeball,
Right.
or whatever.
Get the citronella
So
candle.
I just want to kill
and get
and
the
shove it in
shot
your
of-
eye.
Yeah, get it in your eye. No, you're right. And that's the problem, is that mostly we think about things only in the immediate. We only think about it like how it is right here in this
Right.
time or this
Right.
minute,
Right.
and not the grand scheme. Whereas
Right.
if you were to literally say all of those kind of bugs no longer exist, it would the domino effect would just
It's massive.
massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, it's huge. Well, and you're right. If you think about it from a more macro perspective, and you start looking at all the services that the insects provide,
Yep.
just free of charge, just because they're hanging.
Yeah.
And that includes poop removal, by the way. I will
Yeah.
have you know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's a big
big
big part of
industry.
their job.
Huge industry.
Removal.
and like, well, bees, and this segues into the other, like, because talking about pollination, and,
Yeah.
and I know that there's a serious problem going on with bees. We could probably spend a whole
We should-
separate
we
episode
should.
on bees, because bees are
First, we'll play all of Bee Movie,
yes,
the animated film with Jerry Seinfeld.
The
and
whole
we'll
thing through.
Play the whole thing on the podcast.
because
So-
that will really teach them the truth about the bee problem.
That's a good movie.
It's a good. That movie I
you've
saw
seen it.
and
You've
I
seen it.
appreciated,
Yeah.
and I was in on the bees from then. So now I'm pro bug.
Yes.
I'm turned.
You're pro bug?
I'm pro bug.
Awesome.
I'm in, and I want to help. I want to help the bugs. I want to do what we can to make things better for the bugs.
Okay. Well, I hope you listening to you anti-bugs people have had a
come
change of
around.
heart. Come around, right?
Right.
We're here to teach lessons.
Let's do our best.
Protect our species for Earth Day 2019.
Exactly.
Okay. What's
Exactly.
up? What's up next? Do you want me to
I
list some
think
these
I think it's your turn to make a choice,
okay.
because I made the last choice, and then maybe we can choose together for the last.
All
one.
right, I'm gonna go with coral reefs because I'm gonna steal your pick.
Totally. That's what I wanted to pick. I was like, oh, coral reefs. That's me. Oh, it's so I don't know.
I'm gonna go with coral reefs
Yeah.
just because you're passionate about them, but me personally, I don't know enough about them. I know the heartbreaking photos I've seen of the coral reef, especially the Great Barrier
bleaching,
Reef,
yeah.
and the bleaching, and I want to know more.
Awesome.
So I of course I'm all about preserving them, but here's why we need to protect coral reefs.
Okay.
Coral reefs support an extraordinarily broad set of marine species and play a critical role in feeding and sheltering these species.
Yeah.
As well as sheltering the offspring of large fish species until they can fend for themselves. So that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Corals are ancient animals.
Yeah. They are living. They
Yes.
are alive. This isn't a rock. It's
Yeah.
not a hunk of rock. It's alive.
They're ancient animals with origins dating back hundreds of thousands of years.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's cool. That's a
Yes.
thing in the ocean that's been around for ages.
Ages.
An ancient being. That's some Marvel Comics
Yeah.
stuff right there. You know, it's like
Yes.
it's an ancient, wise entity at the
Yeah.
bottom of the ocean that is like needs to live.
Yeah.
And survive.
Yeah.
So, plants and animals that call coral reefs home are critical sources of new medicines, including those for Alzheimer's, heart disease, cancer, and other diseases. So there are
I
plants.
just had a brilliant idea.
What?
I know how we can save the coral reefs.
How?
You remember the Sean Connery movie Medicine Man?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he was in the rainforest.
Yeah.
And he was finding
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, and he said, I found the cure to the plague of the 20th century, and now I've lost it. Right?
Yes,
Because
totally.
he found the cancer cure
Yeah, and then he lost
in
it?
the jungle, and then he lost it. So let's I'm sure Sean's perfectly happy to do another
Another one?
movie,
Another
but
movie.
this time the medicine man, instead of saving the rainforest
Yeah.
or getting us all aware of the fact that we shouldn't lose the rainforest because it could have the cure to cancer in it, let's have him save the coral reef.
That's amazing.
Right?
Title Colonel Reef.
Colonel Reef.
I was just trying to
Colonel Water
Yeah,
Blaster.
yeah, reef.
Reef.
The reef is on fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a genius idea.
Right?
Let's get Sean Connery on the phone.
I feel like we just fixed it.
I think you solved
saved the coral reef.
innovation.
Right?
Innovation right there.
This is how we do it. But but just to make the quick point, it is equivalent,
Yeah.
right? Well, people have heard for a long time about the problems in the rainforest because
Yeah.
it's been an issue. It's been a known issue for a very long period of time.
Yeah.
But in the ocean, it's kind of similar. It's like
Yeah.
a place where you have just concentrated life.
Yes.
There's a lot in there, and there's a lot in there that we don't fully understand.
It's huge too. It spans like especially the Great Barrier Reef. It's enormous. It's like largest coral reef. The Great Barrier Reef is home to 1,500 species of fish, and we're talking that's a massive area that's under threat right now.
Yeah.
And so here's some of the threats to coral reefs.
Please.
Okay.
Yep.
Climate change is causing ocean acidification.
Yep.
I had to say that 3 times fast. Ocean acidification.
Ocean acidification.
Which results in a decrease in pH that bleaches and kills coral reefs. So you mentioned that before, the bleaching. So you were familiar with that. I wasn't aware. I'd heard people saying bleaching coral reefs. I thought it was like kind of a glamorous thing. Like, you get your coral reefs
Sure.
bleached.
I got my reef
coral-
bleached.
I got my reef bleached. So jokes aside, it's not
My reef bleached.
it's not a positive thing.
That sounds dirty.
It does sound
I
dirty.
got my reef bleached.
I didn't mean to be dirty, ladies and gentlemen. I just meant that it sounded. I thought it was like you go to the dentist and you're like, I'm going to get my teeth bleached.
Right.
Get your reef bleached.
Sure.
But
Same thing. No big deal, right? It's
but
just
in-
it makes you look whiter, brighter.
Yeah, but in
no.
this
No.
circumstances, it's bad. It's bad
Very.
news. You don't want your coral reefs bleached because these ancient beings
Yeah.
are not into bleaching. It's not their thing.
That's not for them.
Yeah.
More color is better.
Is better.
Right. More life. The more going on is better. To be like a bone dry white.
Right.
Or like a,
It's not- it's not sexy.
greenish looking reef. It's not like the other reef ladies.
They don't like it.
They don't look at you, or the reef gentlemen. I should maybe say either one.
Whatever it is.
Both sides.
Yeah, both sides. Everybody wants a nice,
They're
colorful
like,
reef.
Yeah, they're looking at that and they're like, look, you seem like a nice reef, but
Yeah.
I'm just not that into you.
And that's why we need Colonel Reef.
This is Colonel Reef.
It's getting funnier to me because it's so bad.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
I'm Colonel Reef,
you
and I've
ma-
come to save the coral reefs.
Can you imagine a discount bin of DVDs and you just pick up a Sean Connery
And
movie?
how old is he now?
and it's-
106.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it says Colonel Reef, and you're like, and it's just him, like standing in the ocean.
Yeah. Just
I would-
flexing.
I would buy it.
I'm in.
I would buy it.
I'm telling you.
So other things are bacteria, chemicals, and other pollutants, including those from agriculture and untreated sewage, threaten the health of coral reefs.
Yep.
Overfishing,
Yep.
coastal development, unsustainable tourism, and chemicals such as oxybenzone in sunscreens.
Which you can find in sunscreen.
Yes.
And now there are sunscreens that will not hurt.
Yes,
coral reef.
it says in here, get ones without oxybenzone.
Yeah.
So if you are buying sunscreens, now I'm terrible. I always forget to put sunscreen on. I don't wear it that often,
Right.
but you can, if you're a sunscreen wearer, and I think we're all supposed to be, the oxybenzone is the problem.
Because another environmental problem is
Yes.
we keep screwing up the ozone layer.
Yeah, so we are getting burned.
Yeah.
But if you buy sunscreens, just get ones that don't have oxybenzone in them. That's what you need to look for. So if you need to know that in the future.
Yeah, like the zinc-based ones, I believe, and we should have this double-checked by our audience.
Fact checker?
Fact checker, please check that. I believe are pretty safe.
Yeah.
And some of the other ones that you were going over, the other points, so like agriculture, when you are dropping, pesticides or when there's runoff because because the plant life is different in an area, that gets down into the reefs, particularly when you're near there, and it causes a lot of problems. The tourism is a big issue because these boats are bringing in, some of these boats are coming from very far away, and they're bringing in just kind of like you saw when people visited North America, disease can be brought in, right, and you can take out an entire race of people, right?
Yeah.
It's a similar kind of thing. You bring in something foreign into an area that it has not evolved to deal with or fight, and it dies.
Absolutely.
So there's so much that needs to be done to control that a little bit. I mean, if we want to be able to appreciate and enjoy the coral reefs, we've got to get some control over how many people are visiting them and how they're getting there.
Yeah. That's so they have that. You're spot on. It has so many things that we can do to help protect them. Use sunscreens that are oxybenzone free. So you can sign petitions to help support, the removal of those things. Recycle everything. Stop using chemical pesticides and fertilizers. Become a coral reef volunteer, like Colonel Reef.
Yeah.
Think
what Colonel Reef did. You could be as good as Colonel Reef.
You could be. And then it says even here, it says you can adopt a reef. So I think there's ways that you can invite them into your home.
Wow.
And give them.
And they can stay with you
give
for a
them,
little bit.
put them in school.
It needs somewhere to live. It needs help. It needs someone to take care of it.
It needs a role model.
Raise it and
what
show
better
it what's
role
right
model
from wrong.
than me?
You'd be perfect. You're such a great dad. You'd be such a great
I'm
dad.
gonna adopt
to
a reef.
You should adopt a reef. Let's both adopt a reef.
Boys,
Like our kids
reef, get down here.
All of you. That means you, Reefy.
That means you, Reef. Get off the iPad.
Never should have given that kid
Always
an iPad.
playing Fortnite. Jeez.
Ridiculous.
Well, that's pretty much reefs.
Yeah.
We got it. We saved reefs.
We've saved reefs. All right. So save the insects.
Save the
We've
insects.
saved the reefs.
And I learned a lot about reefs on that. I did not know as much about them being these ancient.
Yeah.
I knew that they had been around a while. But
They're awesome, and they're total. People think of them as rocks.
Yeah.
That fish live in.
Yeah.
And it's not accurate.
That's
it's
what I
just
thought of.
not accurate.
I thought that.
Right.
I was inaccurate with my assumption of reefs.
Get accurate. Hashtag. Get accurate.
Get accurate.
Get accurate, Jake.
Get on it.
That's the hashtag. Yeah.
So, all right. So we have
did
one
insects.
more. Yeah,
we did reefs.
We did
we
reefs.
got one more.
But we said we'd save bees because that's a whole.
I feel like we could have a whole day with bees because there's a lot to talk about with bees. I
so
could have had a whole day with reefs, to be honest.
You know what? I actually think all of these deserve their own episode. So today we're just going to protect the species in general.
Right.
It's like, first of all, it's Earth Day. You need to go out there and you need to learn. You need to get involved, get active, do things.
Well, I think we picked a couple of examples of why it's good to learn more, right? Because if you have some understanding of why something is more important than you thought, or a little different than you thought.
Yeah, look at where you were when this episode started.
I was squashing bugs. I had tented my house to kill everything. And I wanted to murder all the bugs.
I was a reef apathetic person.
You felt the same about reefs as I did about avocados.
I didn't want to kill them, but I just was like, whatever.
Right. Right. Yeah.
All right, well, Noel, we actually have a special guest dialing in on the show now.
What? The phone's ringing and we can answer it?
Yes, it's live, and we are going to go live right now to Austin, Texas, where we have Sarah Evans. Welcome, Sarah.
Oh, my gosh.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here on the show.
Hi, Sarah.
Sarah is the executive director of the nonprofit Well Aware that we covered a few episodes ago on our show about our water conservation and them building wells, right? So that was a good episode, and that's how we connected with Sarah.
We are so honored to have you, Sarah. Thanks for jumping in and joining us on the podcast today.
This is very cool.
This is so cool. cool that you guys heard about Well Aware and you mentioned us on the podcast. We're so honored.
Yeah, us as well. We're really happy to have you as a guest. You're our official first guest on the Biofriendly
I
Podcast.
just heard about that, and now I feel a lot of pressure. I'm not going to lie.
All the pressure's on.
The pressure's on us, really, because if we blow the interview, if we ask the wrong questions,
We will never have another guest
That
after
all
this.
on you.
Yeah, because then everyone else who hears from Pronoun's going to say, I'm never going on that show.
No, y'all are so fun, and I love your podcast. I love what you're doing. This
Oh,
is really
thank you. Well, happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day!
It's Earth Day.
Yeah,
Yes, it's
yes.
really important to us.
Yeah, are you
Love
guys?
everybody.
Yeah, are you guys doing anything this week for Earth Day?
You know what? We are. We have our biggest campaign of the year this week
Oh.
that starts today on Earth Day.
Yes.
Well, what is that? Please, by all means, share.
Well, it is called the shower strike.
Okay, no, we talked about this.
We did.
Shower strike. This is some serious stuff. That's for me being the smelly individual I am. That would be a huge commitment. The shower
Yes,
strike. That's
it
a big
would-
deal.
It would be. So we read about the shower strike. This is kind of what started Well Aware, isn't it? In the early days.
It is, yeah. So I was not in this field of work before. I actually had a legal career, but I got involved in a project in Kenya. We decided we wanted to, sort of a story behind that. I can circle back if you want, but we decided
tell
we
us.
wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a friend approached me and she asked for my support and help in raising some money to replace some livestock that were dying in this Maasai village in Kenya. And I really, really wanted to help. And so I got on board, but I looked into it a lot more and I studied the community and the, international development. And I realized that the problem with the livestock was coming from the incredible drought that Kenya was experiencing at the time. And then all these other problems, huge, tragic problems in the community, were all stemming from their lack of clean water.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I said, hey, guys, and it was just a bunch of friends, let's drill a water well. Let's raise some money and let's drill a water well.
Yeah.
And they all got on board and said, yeah, let's do that. And we were sitting around on the floor at my house trying to figure out how we were going to raise money for this first project. And I was working from home at the time, and one of my friends said, jokingly, we should all just go on shower strike because Sarah doesn't shower anyway.
That's great.
That's amazing.
It is
Yeah.
story.
No, that's great.
We all had a really good laugh and thought that might actually be fun and it could work. And we threw together a campaign. We had no knowledge of anything. I was coding buttons in PayPal for people's donation pages, and we got 12 friends together to say to all their friends and family that they were not going to shower anymore until they raised their goal amount toward this new water well.
That is awesome.
Wow.
That is awesome. And it worked, right?
We raised $25,000 in a week.
That's incredible.
Oh my gosh.
That's incredible.
That's great.
And has this been going on every year at Well Aware, the shower strike?
Yep. So we've been doing it every year since, and we've grown the campaign every year since. And last year we raised $250,000.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
That's incredible.
How many wells can you make with $250,000?
A lot.
A lot of
clean
wells.
water.
A lot of clean wells.
Well, and we do lots of different types of water systems too, to note. But so most of what we do is groundwater, which is water wells. But sometimes if we enter a community, because we custom design every single water system, sometimes the groundwater is not viable or we think it's going to be contaminated. In those cases, we'll do pipeline work from a natural spring, or we can do rainwater harvesting. So it depends a lot how much funding we need for each project. But on average, we can provide one person with clean water for just $10, and that lasts decades.
Oh my gosh, just $10.
So 25,000.
$10 to pretty much change somebody's life forever.
So 25,000 people that year got clean water from your
That's
project.
exactly right.
That's you're much better at math than
my
me.
mind just exploded. That's so cool.
It is so cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's happening today. It's kicking off today, and it goes for is it for the whole week?
It's an 8-day week. That's right.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. It ends on the 29th.
Wow.
So I'm thinking maybe is this something that we should consider doing, Sarah? Is this
Well, I've been thinking about that. I was going to challenge you both to join the shower strike,
No.
Okay.
I mean, good God.
Do you offer wife insurance?
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Because
Oh, man.
I worry that no. Okay, so now let me try to work this through. So if deodorant,
Yeah, you can
Right,
we can
there's
put
that.
on deodorant, right?
we can do.
oh, and there are some loopholes. Sure,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
deodorant is encouraged.
All right.
Right.
You can also still wash
Okay.
Okay.
creatively.
Okay.
Creatively wash. We're just not
I
showering.
can't shower or bathe.
That's
Right, right.
But I can.
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
here's another thing is it lasts a week, an 8-day week, but if you reach your goal in 2 or 3 days, then you get to shower in 2 or 3 days.
Now that's motivation right
you
there.
go.
And
Yeah,
it
so-
motivates everybody around us too, you know?
That's the idea. That's the business model.
So we need to spend more time in public.
Yes,
Around
yes.
a lot of people
then
in order to get that money
And then
raised.
when we're out in public, we go to, the farmer's market, the Grove, we walk around here in LA, and everybody just can't stand to be near us. We go, well, you can help me.
If you just
If you
donate some
just
money to
donate
Well
to
Aware.
we will be ahead of this, and I can go shower.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Love it.
Well,
I'm in. No,
all right.
are you in?
Okay.
You want to do it? Are you
You
in?
know what? I accept.
I never back down for a
Let's
challenge.
do it.
Let's do it.
Accepted the
Let's-
challenge.
let's-
This is
let's
so
do it.
exciting.
Yes.
So what? How
That's
much are we
awesome,
going to
guys.
raise, Jacob?
I think the goal is 5,000, isn't it?
You can set your own personal goal, but
Okay.
I think I think you should do 5,000.
Thanks, Jacob. I was going to say like $200.
I heard 5,000. This is on the
5,000.
record.
All right.
Okay, let's see if we can do it.
All right.
$5,000.
We'll go for
Let's
it.
go for it.
Yeah. Why not? Right.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Well-
If anybody else wants to join too, it's showerstrike.org, and people can get on board and help us raise funds and awareness for all this really good clean water work that we do every day.
Yeah.
And is it pretty easy to sign up and get
It's so easy. If you go to the platform, if you go to that website, it's a click of a couple buttons. I think it takes maybe a minute to sign up. And the platform also makes it really simple to share it onto your social channels and send emails and send thank yous to the people donate. It's actually really fun to watch, and it's really fun to get reactions from your friends and family when you say
I
you're doing it.
bet.
Yeah, that's probably actually where you get most of the donations is in showing the reactions and sharing stuff on social media.
A lot
right?
of people buy themselves out too.
Yeah, really. Because they just can't handle it. By day 7, they're like, that's it. I will pay whatever it takes to take a
out.
shower again. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, we're going to go for it. We're going to go for it. So thanks for challenging us, and thank you for
Yes.
coming on. And everybody who's listening, make sure you
Okay.
go check out showerstrike.org, right?
Yep.
And also wellawareworld.org. That's the main
right.
site.
And
So-
remember, it's
Yeah, thank
super
you guys so
easy.
much.
Just sign up, and that's all you have to. And then you're signed up, and then they'll take care of all the rest of it. You don't have to worry
Yes.
about making your own charity. They've already got one.
it's already there in place.
You don't have to do. Just help.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sarah. We're so glad you called in and we got to have you on a guest. And enjoy the rest of Earth Day, and let's have a nice smelly week ahead of us, I guess.
I can't wait to see how y'all do.
Thanks so much.
All right.
All right. Thanks so
you
much,
so
Sarah.
much.
Take care. Okay, bye.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Wow.
So glad we got her on the show. And are you ready to be unshowered?
Yeah, I am. I don't know about the community at large.
Yeah, the family, the friends.
Yeah. Most of Pasadena.
Yeah, I feel bad that I scheduled all those runs for next week outside in the hot summer sun.
Mostly, I just feel bad that you said $5,000. Are you out of your mind?
Well, here's the thing. I saw the launch page,
Yeah.
and it said that number, and so I was like, "Oh, it's 5,000."
That's how much.
I
didn't realize
know
that we were now
I didn't-
personally responsible
I
to
didn't
raise.
I didn't realize that you could set your own amount. That's what it said on the page, and I was like, "Oh, I guess it's 5,000." Look, at this point in time, I think that sure, that's a goal, but whatever we can raise, awesome.
Let's
right?
get it.
Let's just get after
Let's
it.
get it, man. Fine. Okay, fine. So we got challenge for 5 Gs.
2,500 apiece.
Let's do this.
And I think if we put it out there, we might be able to pull this off. And if we get close, then hey, we did our best.
You know what? We're helping the environment. We're helping to give water to people.
To Africa.
That's going to be 500 people we're giving water to.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Man, I'm glad I got you here for the math.
Yeah.
Like, you whipped that out of your head so fast, and I'm sitting over here like, I don't know how dollars work.
Do you know what it is? It's my son. It's Owen. He's so good at math, and he just whips stuff out. And I'm feeling a little like I'm a hopeless dad if I can't.
So you got to be good.
I've been working on it. I've been like tuning my brain to try to keep up with this kid, because otherwise,
solid
it's
math
like,
game.
For most people, I could play basketball with your kids, and at some point they get better than you.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a 10-year-old who's better than me at math, so I'm losing the one-on-one pickup game. So I'm just.
He can whistle. He can math.
He's everything. He's already replaced. I've already replaced myself, and he's 10.
You have. It's over. This is the end. Yeah. Actually, can Owen join me next time on the podcast? Can I co-host this show with your son? I think he'd be really, really great.
I think he's better. He'd be better. He'd be a better option at this point.
So it's been a good Earth Day episode. Yeah. We learned a lot about insects. We learned about the coral reefs, and we had Sarah Evans.
And we found out about Well Aware. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to just watch us.
Yeah, you can
raise money.
You can go do it.
Right. This is every $10 that you raise gives a person clean water.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Just think about that. That's not that much money to really change somebody's life.
I agree.
So,
go do it.
Go do it.
Turn that water off and stink up the place and make the world a better place.
Yeah, or join our team. If you want to join our team, then tell us now.
Yeah.
Because we're setting it up today.
Yeah, we're setting it up today, and we're being unshowered from here on. If you want in,
let us know, because
us.
This is your chance to join the Biofriendly team, and let's see how much money we can raise.
Yeah, and more teammates means that we could possibly get to that.
Hey, maybe 50.
Right?
What if you'd said $50,000? I would have lost.
Would have slapped me on the podcast. She's like, "How much are we gonna raise?" And I'm like, $100,000.
I would have thrown these scissors at your face,
right into my throat. Anyway, well, awesome. Happy Earth Day, Noel.
Happy Earth Day, Jacob.
And thanks for joining us on the Biofriendly Podcast. You're a beacon of light in a gloomy environment.
It's the Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.